तो बाबा
हम्म
रुक, तूने वो किया ही नहीं, छोड़।
क्या करने था ये?
हाँ, कुछ था नहीं और कोल्ड ओपन।
क्या ऊपर
रुक,
सीलिंग
मैं
दिखाने?
पानी लेके आता हूँ।
अच्छा, तेरे
मेरा
पीने के
मेरा
बाद
पानी
मुझे
खत्म
पास
हो
कर।
गया।
पीने के बाद मुझे पास कर। हाँ, ये
ये
कटने
बे
वाला।
गलत।
आदर, मैं तेरे को पानी का बोतल देता हूँ, तू ले ले।
हाँ दे।
यक यक।
एक मिनट ब्रो, मैंने कनेक्ट ही नहीं
ये ले
किया।
ये ले ये ले कौतुक।
तू कौतुक को दे रहा है कि मेरे को दे रहा है? अच्छा, सॉरी।
अच्छे। कौन सा स्क्रीन पे रिकॉर्ड हो
You
रहा
know
है?
it. You
मिला
know
है
what's
कि-
Not
hilarious,
working.
right? You know what's
ये ले।
hilarious, right? Because no, Kautuk is none of y'all are in this frame in my screen.
Hilarious.
My screen. It's Thakur on the top left. Okay,
Oh.
I'm right. I'm top right. Kautuk
ये ले
is
ठाकुर।
under me, and then others on bottom.
अबे नहीं चाहिए पानी है.
Yes and.
हाँ, thanks for the water.
ब्रो, ये पूरे एक तो whatever 43 एपिसोड्स में एक बार हुआ है जिसमें मैंने कुछ पानी का बोतल रखा है और किसी ने उठाया और किसी ने एक एडिट बनाया है उसका, बस.
Listen, you know something else? Like this joke only works if you've seen the last 3 or 4 podcasts. Like
Or
if
if you're
you've
watching
not,
it.
if you've skipped it for whatever reason and you suddenly
all
come
the
here,
Spotify
Yeah.
listeners.
Hey Varun,
Sorry.
why have you put on these AirPods or whatever? Because your audio has gone.
No, it's because I had food in my mouth. अभी सुनाई
No,
दे
but
रहा
I
है?
still can't hear you clearly. So if you can increase the
So
volume,
that's the problem with your AirPods that you don't have in your
now I
ears.
can hear.
Exactly. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Internet Said So, a show where we take random interesting disparate facts and random person stories and we talk about them. And today we are going to introduce another, not a format, but we thought we'll just change stuff around. Not the format, but the way in which we approach doing the podcast. So, for example, we used to always have topics, right? So today, Baba came up with a really good idea. We have found some random, interesting, weird,
Don't know
absurd
if
questions.
it's good yet.
We will find out, right? That we found that we are going to ask each other, and that is going to lead to hopefully hilarious conversations. So,
Yeah.
and all you guys
If it
watching
doesn't
and
work,
listening,
guys, if it doesn't work, just know that Baba worked hard on this and don't be rude to him.
yeah.
Please be
And
nice in the comments and say, Baba, good job anyway.
Thank
And he
you.
came up with this in 5 minutes. By the way, though, I've played this because Nikita does this something similar like this when we are all hanging out, and actually it leads to some fun conversation. So, Baba, take it away.
No.
Coffee with Baba.
So we're just going to ask random questions and then figure out what's going to happen. We have no idea how this is going to work. So it's just weird. But for example, here's one question: What would you do if you found a dead body in your hotel room?
That's we're starting with that.
call room service.
मैंने बटर चिकन मंगाया था, ये डेड बॉडी को.
रूम क्लियरेंस के लिए आओ
Yeah.
और आगे बोलेंगे तो क्या प्रॉब्लम है? अरे नमक कम था इसमें. Okay, sir, I'll talk to the chef. And then if
Yeah,
full
just call room service and you can very clearly see the legs. Like दरवाजा खुलता है और खाली ऐसा टांग निकला हुआ है. And you go, can I have some mustard, please?
No, but honestly, what would you do? मेरा तो गांड फट जाता. But what would you? Also, are you finding it when you open the door and there's a dead body, or like you wake up in the morning and there's a dead body?
Bro,
No, exactly.
this is a horror story that has actually happened to somebody where they had checked into like a very like cheap hotel. Okay, they entered the room and they constantly kept smelling this foul smell. Okay, क्या बात है, किधर से आ रहा है? You know, it just got so unbearable that they started looking around. ऐसा बेड, you know, the bed sheet को ऐसा ऊपर किया और अंदर बेड के नीचे लाश था. Okay?
अरे but ऐसा ऊपर नहीं हुआ था क्या? Like you don't see a body.
was-
how lumpy
No,
was the
no.
mattress? And वो लेटे थे क्या mattress पे?
It was under the bed and the sheet
Oh.
was on the like hanging over the side. So they pulled it over and the thing was there.
just goes to show room service will clean the room no matter what's there. रूम सर्विस
And
अंदर है,
properly,
लैपटॉप
yeah.
लैपटॉप,
ऐसे लगा.
you know how they fold the clothes and all also and keep
Yeah.
many times. अरे डेड बॉडी इसको जब बिस्तर के अंदर डाल देता है सर, रूम क्लीन.
No, so
मेरे को बहुत एम्बैरेस होता है बिकॉज एक बार मैं चड्डी छोड़ दिया था, किसी ने मेरा चड्डी फोल्ड करके ऐसे कोने में, मेरे को इतना गंदा लगा कि नेक्स्ट टाइम आई विल नेवर लीव माय अंडरवेयर lying around and just run out.
bro, 1 second. I didn't tell you the kicker. The kicker is they left it like they mentioned this in the review of the hotel.
It's a dead body in the.
1 star. Don't go.
But why would
I
you
like the
give
one
it 1
star
star
दिया
also? One क्यों दिया?
Because you can't not give.
अच्छा,
If you
हाँ,
want
उससे
to leave
पहले.
a comment, you have to give something. I'm
You have to
assuming.
give something.
You have to give a call to 100, not to give a review. Your first instinct shouldn't be booking.com.
Bro, but you know, like that's a 1 star review for everybody else, but for murderers, it is a 5 star review.
5 star
It's the thing that you look for. Seriously, कौन सा होटल है? और बता.
किधर मैं मार सकता हूँ लोगों को without it raising alarm.
किधर है किधर होटल,
Yeah.
ये भी जानने का मेरे को.
No, but you know there was that एक Kevin Hart वाला show था ना, where he's shown as this really successful comedian. He comes back to his hometown and his brother is, you know, somebody who's mooching off of him. And one night after a hard party or whatever, he's done some drugs and he wakes up to see a girl next to him dead.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
And he's like, bro, what the fuck? ये कब हुआ? ये मैंने कब किया? So he's super scared and he tells his brother. And his brother is in like 2 number का धंधा.
Hmm.
So how the entire thing unfolds.
Better
And
call Saul.
Literally
Oh,
that time.
that's what he thought of. I thought of Hello Brother.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I
but
also
if
there was
you
also
had
that
somebody
show,
like
na?
Saul, you should call.
There was that
For
also that show, na? It was called what? It was called no, it wasn't called the Clean. Basically, it was this guy who would come and like clean up the situation after you call
Mr. Wolf.
Mr.
No.
Wolf, Pulp Fiction.
No, John Wick में
No.
call the laundry service.
No, it was a TV show that ran. It was a TV show where there
That's
was
called
this-
teleshopping, baba.
मर्डर के बाद आइए न्यू टेलीशॉपिंग नेटवर्क पे मर्डर क्लीनिंग,
Clean up kit.
मर्डर क्लीन अप किट. अगर आपका कभी आप होटल रूम में जाते हैं और आपको बिस्तर के नीचे डेड बॉडी मिलती है, ओह यस, हाँ सुने था.
अगर आपने अगले 5 मिनट में कॉल किया तो आपको एक नहीं हम 3 मर्डर सॉल्व करके प्रॉपर्ली सब करेंगे. मर्डर
No, and then
मर्डर के
Thakur,
साथ वन मर्डर क्लीनिंग फ्री.
Thakur, then they have the person who calls in. अच्छा, अभी जौनपुर से जुड़ रहे हैं. राकेश.
हेलो
and eventually
मेरे को डेड बॉडी मिले, मेरे काउच के नीचे उसका हाथ है. उसका
राकेश, मैं
बिस्तर
आपको
के नीचे
बता
उसकी
दूं,
टांग है.
आप लाइव है टीवी पे इस वक्त 12:30 बजे जो
and,
की मर
and
जाके वो आपको देख रहे हैं.
and 10 years later there's an app called like I don't know, Urban Dead Company or something like that.
Wow, Baba,
Wow.
not even try.
वाओ, तू क्या
What would you do
This
with
is-
Urban Dead Company? Urban
Urban
Lash.
Dead.
What would you do?
Urban Cemetery.
No, it's
Urban
not a
Cemetery.
cemetery.
Wow.
It's not a
Also-
cemetery. No, it's like they're cleanups, right?
अरे बाबा, just
wow, yeah, why don't you like kuredo the joke further?
Arey, but you're in a cemetery, you have to kuredo it. Come on.
That's a good one.
Come on.
Nice.
Got it back.
Thank you.
हाँ, तो अपन ने we still not said what.
bro.
would
Okay,
we
I'll tell you what I would do.
Hmm.
Okay, because I have just finished season 2 of Only
Sorry,
Murders
Gautam,
in
I
the
really
Building.
like how Varun is expecting a real answer.
I'm
Yeah,
giving him a real answer
You-
only. What did you think?
दे रहा
do?
हूँ.
Of course.
Bro, I just finished season 2 of Only Murders in the Building, so I would
What
start
up?
a podcast. That's what I would
सीजन 2 आया है क्या?
Yeah.
छुटे
क्या?
आके गया अभी.
How fast are they
Aadar,
turning it
come
around?
on. Bro, it was really good. Huh? Really good, by the way.
Thank
Oh,
you.
they've lived up to it. I haven't seen it.
They lived up to it.
मैं देखूंगा
and-
मैं देखूंगा अभी.
Lived
And-
up and how.
Yeah.
And that finale was
Bang
Makhan,
on.
right?
Superb. Like, Baba, it's like Top Gun Maverick. एक
Oh,
climax नहीं है.
अच्छा अच्छा
Oh,
ठीक है,
dude,
चलो.
मैं पिक्चर
बहुत
देखा
climax से
IMAX
है.
में.
Next thing to watch.
हाँ,
Climax
unlimited.
से है बाबा, climax से.
IMAX से.
अच्छा, मेरे को बता, तुम लोग में से कोई पुलिस को फोन करता क्या इमीडिएटली?
हंडो पी.
हाँ?
नहीं,
हंडो पी में फोन
मेरे
करता.
मेरे पे शक होता पहले तो मैं नहीं.
Bro, we've seen one too many of these. नहीं, if
तो
तूने
पहले तो
murder
लॉयर
किया
को
नहीं
नहीं
है
फोन
ना?
करेगा.
the body was there, right? तूने
Hmm.
मारा है क्या? नहीं ना. हाँ तो फिर
नहीं,
of course पुलिस
found.
को फोन करेगा.
हंडो भी
बट तूने चद्दर वद्दर को हाथ लगाया है, वो सब किया
अरे
है.
तो मैं
and-
मतलब कमरे में आएगा तो नहीं करेगा क्या ये सब? मैं तो आके पहले बैग
तो
बैग
पहले लॉयर को फोन नहीं करेगा क्या तू? आई वुड कॉल
नहीं।
लॉयर फर्स्ट.
नहीं, मैं
Yeah.
पहला पुलिस,
I mean,
पहला
yeah, I mean-
रिसेप्शन और
पहला
फिर बाद में
reception.
पुलिस. ऑफ कोर्स.
क्या पता वो रिसेप्शनिस्ट ने मारा है and he's so insane that he's forgotten which room he stashed the body under, and then you've informed the murderer only.
Great.
लॉयर को फोन करेगा, पहले लॉयर बोलेगा कि तू होटल से बाहर निकल and then call the cops.
Bro, I think मैं
Get to a safe
पहला
location.
I think first reaction as soon as I saw the body, I would scream so loudly, 4-5 neighbors would come out, and then I would be protected by the mob.
Numbers. क्या हुआ?
कोई होटल में नहीं, कोई होटल में नहीं आ रहा है.
Yeah.
चिल्लाएगा.
In fact,
कोई नहीं आ रहा है.
बाबा चिल्लाएगा and there'll be some hotel staff walking by and they'll just be like, wow, he's having a good time, and they'll
Good
just
time.
keep.
अरे मैं दरवाजा खोल के भागेगा ब्रो, मैं तो
या
फट
तो आधे
जाएगा,
लोग
bro.
नॉइज कंप्लेन करेंगे फोन करके कि कोई चिल्ला रहा है.
हाँ.
लोग नहीं आने वाले.
And then the
हाँ.
receptionist picks up and says, मैं बंद करवा देता हूँ.
Hotel descent.
I really like Adar's idea. Like it's a great idea for some kind of short film / web
Yeah.
series.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's just a forgetful murderer who forgot, and he's the receptionist, and he forgot where he stashed the dead body.
Sir,
And
मैं
then the
अभी
call
आया.
comes like, oh shit.
So I got one. Okay, who is?
No, but what would you do?
अरे
ठाकुर
मैंने बोला
bastard.
ना, अगर
Call the
मैंने मारा
cops.
नहीं है तो
बोल
मैं
रहा है
पुलिस-
ना.
Oh, अच्छा. तू भी cops. Okay. हाँ.
हाँ, चूतिया. That's what I'm saying. We watch one too many of these movies to realize that half the reason these fuckers get screwed is because they involve the cops.
Last.
After पूरा तूने अपना सब डीएनए पीएनए सब छोड़ दिया, तेरा कुछ दूर का कनेक्ट निकल गया है, तू भाग गया है, तो उसमें तेरी और गांड लगती है. इसलिए पहले लॉयर, और लॉयर के साथ जाके पांडु को बोले.
Shit, what would be scarier? Like if the body is still not cold, if it's warm, that means
Why are
somebody,
you touching the body, Kautuk?
out of curiosity, and then
Yeah.
and
See,
then
this
you-
is why. This is
you
why you
see-
call the lawyer. This is why
Yeah.
you call the lawyer first, because you'll be like, "अच्छा देख, the body वहाँ पे पड़ी है. I want to see if it's warm or not." नहीं,
Bro.
Kautuk, you don't. You
Arey,
don't do
because
this.
you want to help them, na, if they're still in a helpable
No,
situation.
the only way you would do it is if it was a corpse and the cigarette was half lit. That's the only
Sure.
way.
Sure, whatever. Benji, आप जिंदा है? Hello, excuse me. And then you touch it. Exactly. And then if they're warm, then you know कि अभी हुआ है, अभी, like just तेरे आने से ऐसे 10 मिनटों पहले.
हाँ, तो
फिर
वो
और
इन्फॉर्मेशन
फटेगा.
क्या हुआ? वो इन्फॉर्मेशन
Bro,
तेरा क्या फर्क पड़ता?
No, so और फटेगा मेरा, because like especially if it's a hotel room where they have that connecting door.
Then the
Hmm.
murderer is still here.
Bro, I'd get
And then you open the window or the door, and not even the door, like you open your balcony window and he's standing right there going, like Jack Nicholson.
Bro, that or if there's the curtains are drawn, but like there's a part of the curtain that looks suspiciously in the figure of a human being.
तो कर्टन खोलेगा और वहाँ पे एक और डेड बॉडी. Just finding
You know what
dead
the
body
problem is?
after dead body in the room. कबाट खोला, वहाँ से एक और ऐसे गिर गया आदमी.
You know what the problem is now? I shouldn't have asked this question because I'm gonna have these nightmares.
Yeah.
So fucking dumb, dude.
Dude, I've been living on the ground floor of my house, so it's like right in front of the street, and I have that nightmare every night. An old woman is staring at me from the window. Every night. मेरी इतनी फटती है, even when it's dark,
because
I
she
cannot
is.
open.
But maybe
Yeah.
Aadar, there is an old woman staring at you every night.
Yeah. And if you go close to her, you'll see her skin is actually peeling off.
No,
That
it would
is वो
be.
तो उसमें भी दिख रहा है मेरे को. पास
But-
जाने की जरूरत नहीं. I can see the skin is peeling
But
off.
honestly, if you went close, it's Rakhi Gulzar. Yes. Karan Arjun आएंगे.
But can you imagine how bad the old
Slowly.
lady is feeling if she's just standing staring and others say, "No, no, sapna hai yaar," and he just turns over.
वरुण, क्या
चल,
था तेरा
next.
सवाल?
Next question.
मेरा सवाल था कि if you had to have dinner with one person from history, वो कौन होता या कौन होती और क्यों? और
Suman
कहाँ और
ma'am,
तुम क्या खाते?
Suman ma'am, my history teacher from 7th standard.
Okay.
What?
That's the choice you go with.
Because he said history, that's why I think.
Yes.
Okay. And what are you going to discuss with Suman ma'am?
Who we should have dinner with from history.
नहीं हो गया, फिर तू
Because
उसके
I
साथ ही
never
बैठ
paid
के खा रहा है.
attention. Inception. No. Who would you?
It's an
who would you
interesting
want?
question. I'm just trying to
An
think.
interesting
Like,
person.
there's so many options. There's so many
Yeah.
options.
That's the whole point.
Yeah, there's too many options.
Should we
Do you
restrict
go
it to
with
like
do you go
century
with
or
somebody
something?
who brought about positive change, or somebody who's a tyrant?
No, you can go meet Hitler. Who's stopping you?
Yeah, you
That's
can.
what I'm saying. But do
So
you, or
dinner
do
ka,
you, like, your pros versus cons? Because wouldn't you want to possibly meet like Mother Teresa, or like wouldn't you want to do like?
But
is
you
it a
also-
better time
I
to
think the
meet
way
a
to
tyrant?
answer this question is if you categorize it. Like, who would you have? Like, I'm just saying, like, if you said, okay, if you had to meet a political figure, an entertainer,
but that's the question is not limited to who, na. It's whoever. To choose
जितना
कर,
लोग
देखो
बोल
जिस-
सकता है ऐसा 2-3 लोग
अबे
भी बोल सकते हैं.
नहीं, तू
Oh.
एक somebody top of your mind who you want, who somebody from history who you would want to meet. Who would that be?
I was thinking Audrey Hepburn, but that would be a date. I think that it's just because I want to have dinner with Audrey Hepburn.
बाबा कंधे पे लिया तो कान में मुंह है. पूछो हुए.
And wouldn't you want to have
Who-
breakfast with Audrey
who-
Hepburn? Like, wouldn't
No.
breakfast be the right thing to
No,
have with
no.
Audrey Hepburn?
It's
हाँ.
a dinner.
और ऑड्री से
You know something?
ये बाबा की तरफ से डेट है वो, ठीक है.
Yeah,
ऑड्री
yeah.
फैन को मिल रही है अपनी तरफ से.
You,
हाँ.
बाबा के लिए डेट है.
you know something? Like in the afterlife,
Hmm.
if Audrey Hepburn was asked this question, then anyone living on this earth, if you can have dinner with them, she would say not Neville.
One day, if you could go down to earth, but you have to have dinner with Neville at the end of the night.
Fuck it, I'm not going. कौन है ये? कहाँ से आते हैं?
No. So no. Okay. So if
But why do you want to go? Why do you want to meet Audrey Hepburn?
I don't
बहुत
know.
बड़ा
dude.
तेरे को भारी क्रश था उस पे.
बहुत
उसकी
बड़ा
एक्टिंग
crush
बहुत
था,
अच्छी
bro.
लगती है.
How old
तूने
are
कोई
you?
एक ऐसा फोटो देखा है उसका.
No, dude. Just the hugest crush on Audrey Hepburn. Like,
Oh,
just the
Lord.
hugest crush growing up on Audrey Hepburn.
Growing up.
Like I don't know. It was like ऐसा बहुत ही like anyway.
She
Moving
died
on.
3 decades before you started growing up.
I understand. But you can, yeah. You can have a.
Of course you can. और ये hypothetical है. तो तेरे को जो चाहिए, तेरे को डेट मिल रहा है ऑड्री हेपबर्न के साथ.
Wow, no,
Enjoy
y'all
that.
all have rejected my date by saying that Audrey Hepburn fan से मिल रही है बाबा के लिए date.
हाँ, तेरे लिए डेट है. ये सवाल किसी ने ऑड्री को नहीं पूछा ना, सिर्फ तेरे को पूछा है.
Audrey के
हाँ.
लिए whatever is the opposite of a date वो है.
वो है. So you know who I would like to meet? I really want to meet Leonardo Da Vinci.
Yeah.
I
Good
want to
choice.
be in that time period just to see कि भाई तुम लोग के दिमाग में क्या चल रहा है. In fact, like any of the Renaissance artists, right? Because once after having seen it in person, right, you're like, one second, dude, these guys were making this in the 13th and 14th century.
Because
कैसे?
उनका Instagram था नहीं ना, वो सुबह उठ के ऐसे देख रहा नहीं है, ऐसे scroll, he has to make the
I
Instagram.
know, but
तो सुबह उठ
I
के
think
खुद ही
it's-
बना रहा है पेंटिंग करके, so that he can.
And dude, it's not just that he's only making paintings, bro. That guy,
सब कुछ कर रहा है. Helicopter और वो सब बना रहा
हाँ,
है.
Yeah, no, great choice.
he's taken like animals and studied their body and stuff and their movements and tried to adapt that to make that as a machine in the future.
Yeah.
Like he's
Bro,
got
great choice.
Great
helicopter, ये
choice.
सब का
I mean-
तो design है ही, but dude, how are you across? मतलब
A genius
painter है,
across
तू
all things.
writer, exactly.
Yeah.
तू फिजिक्स कर रहा है, तेरे को मतलब तेरे साथ बात करेगा कोई तो कितना इंटरेस्टेड रहेगा तेरे कॉन्वर्सेशन में.
Correct.
बिकॉज दिस फकर इज गोइंग टू बी जस्ट रैटलिंग शिट आफ्टर शिट. उसके पास विकिपीडिया भी नहीं है ब्रो, वो खुद सीख रहा है ये सब.
अरे वो
खुद
खुद
ही-
Wikipedia है.
था
खुद ही
हाँ
है.
वो जमाने का.
So no, I'm just all like if I had to meet like a thinker type thing, then it would also like I think like a philosopher like say Socrates or a Kant or somebody would be great too.
When
But
you were
Socrates
growing
was
up,
that was-
Let's not abuse on the podcast.
Socrates ऐसा
your
question mark लेके
favorite
बैठता था.
philosopher when you were growing up, Socrates.
But genuinely, if you can get over the Greek, English, Hindi
Translation.
barrier, whatever, like the conversation would be great because
Yeah.
Socrates जानता है conversation करने का.
But
Like,
also he will be like just why? He's like Parishravan.
हाँ.
Why?
Question लेके आया है.
No, also
But,
also
हाँ.
I would
Apparently, Socrates used to hate the written word. He was a
Yeah.
very strong critic of the written word.
he didn't write
He
anything
thought
down.
it reduces the capacity of the mind to write things.
Arey,
You know, I would also really like to meet now that there's no rules or whatever, and they can't refuse, as we've seen from Audrey Hepburn.
Yeah.
I'd like to meet Stanley Kubrick
oh,
and just sit and be like कि क्या ये सब क्या है कैसे बता जरा 2-3 tips. Just I think like in terms of like the perfection of the craft, the execution of the vision, and the ability to hop across genres.
Yeah.
What a guy, dude.
And
Great.
be so far ahead of your time.
Yeah, all of it holds up. Almost all of it holds up.
If you look
Crazy.
at 2001 Space Odyssey, the everything from the way it's shot to the science shown was so realistic.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
yeah.
Also George Carlin.
Carlin, great choice.
Oh,
Would
wow.
love to meet.
Like, also, I would like to meet like a Marie Antoinette or somebody who was at the heart of a revolution.
वो
wait.
वो तेरे को तब मिलेगी मालूम है जब वो गियोटिन पे है.
और बोलेगी
बाबा.
जल्दी कर. हाँ,
Dude, okay.
जल्दी कर.
Two more. One, and this person I'd like to meet at a specific period in their life. I'd really like to meet Ashoka right after the transformation at Kalinga.
Okay.
And just be like, just have a chat and be like,
As he's walking away, just be
Yeah.
like, yo,
Yeah.
एक minute इधर आ.
एक second. How are you feeling at this point? Just like, I want to know what that felt like, because what he did after that is so incredible in terms of the transformation of one person plus just the impact it had going forward. It's so crazy that it would be a fun person to talk to.
Yeah. Aadar, do you have a person in history who you would like to?
Who's not your history teacher?
Yeah.
But I think your answer should be Shakespeare. पढ़ाई कर रहा ना तेरे को.
I would like to it would be very interesting because first of all you are answering the question whether this person actually wrote shit or not. All those shitty
you would actually go and he'd be
conspiracy
like,
theories.
William? No, Christopher.
Oh.
And be like, great.
Oh.
But I'm surprised
Yeah, it's
तूने शेक्सपियर बोला नहीं. इतना तू शेक्सपियर कर रहा है. I thought
I think I'm done.
it would be.
मेरा दिमाग खराब हो गया है. हाँ थोड़ा. It's like I actually don't want to beat him.
You know something?
You've done so much Shakespeare that now you want to meet like David Dhawan. You know what I mean? ये बहुत मेरा हार्डकोर हो गया. मेरे को अभी दिमाग घर पे रखने वाला कुछ.
Also, I have a feeling that if Aadar met Shakespeare and he performed for him, Shakespeare will like, ये सब गलत है भाई, सब गलत है. ये तो intention था ही नहीं. तू किधर stress कर रहा है भाई?
There was no stress. So the thing is like a lot of them they had to get through. Each actor had about on an average 4,000 lines each.
Oh my God.
So they had to. There was no juicing of the lines. जैसे अभी करते हैं, it's like, oh, I will निचोड़ के line का वो. No, you are moving so fast because you've got to make sure that you perform the play in 4 hours. You can't be. You've got to finish the play in 4 hours.
Also, the reason why Shakespeare wrote it the way he wrote it, because in that iambic pentameter, you got the meaning of what he was trying to say, right? So
yeah, it's
to be or not to be meant to be or not to be.
Yeah.
So it just went like that,
and it's just the same question being asked. It's like law ka answer sheet. It's just the same thing being answered in different publications. It's just the same law. It's like, oh, it's a criminal law ka ye, and this the same definition being written for 4 pages straight.
It's the thing, like all the world's a stage and all men and women are merely players. और फिर चलता रहेगा उसका same analogy. But yeah, he sort of wrote it like that.
देखना है कि तुम लोग शेक्सपियर को मिलके जब ये जो तुम अभी ज्ञान पेल रहे हो ना, ये शेक्सपियर के सामने पेलो तुम लोग. तो देखा भाई चुप
अरे but most people say he would be surprised that people are still listening, like watching stuff, because at that time it was just like घर बनाने का ये करना, literally to pay off the home loan. And this is and it's like वो लोग खाली they were right, because that's why there's so little written material, like printed material of Shakespeare, because they didn't think it would last the ages. They weren't right. He wasn't writing based on Then when people started copying it and selling it during the plague, there were no performances. It was like lockdown. So what writers and out of work actors started to do कि जितना उनको lines याद है,
Zoom show.
they started writing it.
Writing,
They started
writing.
writing it, going to a printing press and selling Shakespeare's things for a penny and things like that and making money for themselves. And that's when they wrote the first folio. They're like, oh fuck, this is wrong. We have
Fuck,
to release the official document.
They were the original Bhat camp.
They were the original Bhat.
Okay, wait. I have a very interesting question. Okay, do you think you would be friends with a clone of yourself?
100%.
100% no for me.
Oh yeah, it depends on whether like whether you're comfortable with yourself actually.
Yeah, no, I mean, no. In that case, Kautuk, you would also be no.
No, but I'm pretty.
You're
like,
malleable.
Yeah, I think the problem would be that I'm such a people pleaser that he would also be a people pleaser. So that we'd both please each other. Oh, that
sounds right.
That
sounds
sound right.
right.
But
But then Loki did it. So then what's
Can
the
we
harm?
also get the resident introvert Varun's answer?
Surely, bro. Why won't I be friends with myself?
Party.
दो चूतिए हैं.
Yeah.
It's like एक designated driver.
Like, see, he
Aadar.
already gets along with Karan. So then that's a good indication.
Yeah.
Correct.
Because they're very close.
Aadar, you?
I would start a band.
Oh, yeah.
And be like, can we find more music? Can we find more clones?
More
Like,
clones.
chalo.
No. And you call yourself them clones. Come on.
Them clones.
Wow.
Very niche joke. It's so beautifully niche.
Thank you. Anyway, no. So my question is, would you then, as your clone, start to tell yourself things that is sunna ye thoda change? Or would you try to better yourself? I mean, as a friend, yes, you should. But I'm just saying, like, would you be telling yourself that this needs to get better or that?
Dude, then it would
नहीं,
create...
then तो फिर just be with somebody else ना. तू अपने clone के साथ क्यों है?
So then, what is your activity that you are doing with
But
yourself?
this is all working. This is a philosophical question working under the assumption that the clone will be an exact replica of you in every trait. But that is physically, like, it is neurologically impossible because that person's synapses will not fire.
Aadar, I've just had dinner with Audrey Hepburn.
Yeah.
Also, Aadar, I don't know what philosophical question you thought this was. I genuinely thought this was Judwa. And Judwa too. All shenanigans same.
But जुड़वा में भी वो लोग अलग थे. Like, one is the good guy, one is the
एक कौतुक को
badass.
चाटा मारेगा तो दूसरे को भी
दूसरे
लगेगा
को भी
ना.
लगेगा. यही है.
अच्छा, मेरा एक question है.
But
sorry.
one second, Baba, why would you not want to be with a clone of yourself? तूने answer दिया ही नहीं.
Because I'm very boring, dude. To hang out with, I am incredibly boring to hang out.
But wouldn't that be fun to be like, have some reassurance ke what you're doing is good? So then, like, both of you can do
like,
nothing.
No. So I'm incredibly boring, but to myself, I'm very interesting in the sense that, like, I keep myself entertained. I just don't know how to keep, like.
But
I mean, you
then
guys have
also
hung out with me, and you know this.
But
like, I'm not
but your
fun.
clone is also you only, na?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
hanging out
don't
with
want
yourself
another
only.
person in my space, even if it
Why
is.
would you want to bore somebody else? मतलब वो बेचारा या बेचारी अपना काम करे तो
I'm
उसको
just
bore कर रहा
saying,
है.
you guys have
अपना
hung out
bore
with me enough to know that I'm not fun. So as a result, it's just, I don't know if.
Baba, you know something? You could double the time in which you make Legos if you had a clone.
Yeah.
No, but
And
I
in
don't
fact,
share my
Death Star
Lego.
लिया.
I won't.
Death Star लिया अभी तक.
The Death Star is slightly far. I finished Rolling Stones. Anyway, point is, I wouldn't share my Lego. So there would be incredible amounts of fights.
Baba?
But your clone could edit the podcast.
Yeah.
No, I'd still have
But
a
you're
problem.
assuming that the clone will agree to be like the guy who just does the. It's like वो prestige वाला चक्कर के तू stage के नीचे रहे, मैं बॉल पकड़ के एंड में कैसा दिखाएगा ऑडियंस को.
हाँ. लेकिन बाबा तो ऐसे ही करेगा ना. बाबा won't let anybody.
Bro, Baba will
won't let
convince...
Baba.
I will let him edit.
Yeah.
Baba will convince the clone to be on the podcast. Edit छोड़. Baba सो रहा है उधर.
So no,
पूछ आदर, क्या सवाल था तेरा?
Oh, it's a really interesting question. How many chickens would it take to kill an elephant?
How many chickens would it take to kill an elephant?
I don't know. Does the chicken have a gun?
Chickens are quite
I
aggressive.
will.
So
Chicken have a gun. It
I would
depends on
strap the chicken with a bomb. So then only one.
one chicken.
So it's Angry Birds.
Angry bird.
Varun's game is Angry Birds. No,
I think it would be 200 chickens that were being flown from one destination to another because they were they were prize fighting, like prize winning chickens, very fat, and then something went wrong with the plane and they all fell from the sky
On top of the top of the elephant.
On
But
top of
then
the
what is
elephant.
the point of them being prize fighters? Agar aise gir ke aaye, to just by
Because
sheer
then
weight
they're
the
slow.
elephant dies.
They were prize winning things, and the reason I thought of it was because that's why they were being flown.
Oh.
So they were like,
So if you drop a chicken, now you know chicken can't like really fly, but like a chicken can't like if you drop a chicken,
Yeah, it won't
can
fall like a
still have
cannonball.
normal landing. A chicken does a chicken just splat or a chicken somehow figures out to
No,
land?
I
Which
don't
is-
think it. I think it would splat. I don't think a chicken because it can't fly. So even if you pull out your parachute this high above the ground, you're still splat only.
अरे but chicken फिर भी पूरा रास्ता ऐसे ऐसे करते करते आएगा ना, so it's constantly trying to reduce its
पूरा रास्ता हवे में.
हाँ पूरा रास्ता हवे में ऐसे ऐसे करते करते आ रहा है. It's still falling, but then it's slowly falling.
So you're going to kill an elephant with 200 slow falling chickens.
yes. Yes.
Also they'll disperse.
Let's just go
Are
with
they
my
are they
bomb
all
idea.
tied up together like they are in like trucks and all? Like पूरा एक cage में. Is the
Yeah.
cage also there? The whole cage fell.
I didn't think of that. Yes, but
So
yes.
now these are prized chickens who are flown in a plane inside a broiler which falls slowly
Yes.
because broiler का gravity.
This is the climax of Finding Nemo.
Honestly, अभी chickens का
Holy
जरूरत
shit.
भी नहीं है. अगर
You know,
हाथी पे
Finding
broiler
Nemo-
गिराएंगे हाथी मर जाएगा.
No, you know, in
ये
Finding
खाली
Nemo,
broiler गिरा है.
in
ये
Finding
सब
Nemo, all
ये
the
सब
fish swim down towards to break the.
ये
cage.
सब आइडिया सुन के हाथी जम मार लिए क्लिफ से. बोला तुम लोग पांच हो मैं जा रहा हूँ. ठीक है.
No. So, but no, I think if the chicken has a gun, then just one chicken is good. Like it's.
Oh,
fine.
because the chicken has a
But how
dexterity
can
to use a
a
gun.
chicken operate the gun?
Arey, it doesn't matter. You have to figure out a way in which you just, for example, if you tied the trigger to the chicken's foot, right, and then made the chicken go brrr, and chicken went, it would shoot. I mean, really, you're
Arey,
talking
but how
about
is the
chickens falling from
chicken
the
aiming?
sky.
Okay, wait. I
No
got one,
bullshit.
but
Why can't my
it'll-
chicken have a gun, dude?
I have the
Arey,
solution.
Chicken can have a gun, but the chicken can't fucking use it because it doesn't have.
As
the
opposed to
fucking dexterity.
200 prize-winning chickens in a broiler falling slowly onto an elephant.
Which is why I said, attach a bomb to a chicken.Use the chicken. Just don't give him a gun. Give
Your
him a
gun
bomb.
idea is much that way. That bomb idea is much better because you can just stand there and दूर से तू trigger कर सकता है. तू chicken की एक तो धागा
तू
बांधेगा.
बाबा
वो
एक
धागा
मिनट
टूट
चूतिया
गया
तू
तो
हाइपोथेटिकल सिचुएशन में भी तू गन को रखा है. ठीक है. उसके ट्रिगर पे तूने धागा बांधा है. दूसरा
Arey, no, that was me explaining.
चिकन को बोल रहा
Make it
भाग. क्यों
realistic.
भागा? चिकन चूतिया चिकन भाग रहा और खींच लिया.
I think,
और जमीन पे गन तो हाथी के पाव पे लगेगा. ठीक है. तो हाथी ऐसा गिरेगा.
और-
फिर तू
और you
वापस गन
give-
को रखेगा. फिर वापस बोलेगा चिकन भाग. अभी हाथी के ब्रेन पे हो रहा है.
अरे नहीं bro, मैं बोल रहा है that was when you wanted the reality of the answer.
Oh, you want? Wait, I'll give you. I'll give you
the
reality.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the gun wielding chicken is reality, but everything else is not.
Wait, I'll give
No.
you reality. You want real reality?
Okay.
Okay.
Ha.
All right. So the story starts with these poachers who are in the jungle. Okay.
कौतुक सेकंड हैंड स्टोरीज चालू हो गया.
And they have brought 3 chickens with them, which they
Yeah.
will then over a period of time kill and eat. Now 2 chicken were dead. Okay. And the last chicken realized what fate awaited it. So as they opened the pen to take it out, it made a wild dash for it. It ran through the undergrowth. Okay. It's frantic and it's scared and it's running, and it doesn't know where it's going. And suddenly it reaches a clearing. And the poachers are running after it. And they reach the clearing. And in the clearing is the elephant. The exact animal they were out to kill.
Oh.
Oh,
And that's
so
how-
the poachers. So it takes
Yeah.
For more
one
second-hand
chicken.
stories, 17th and 18th, Hyderabad and Chennai.
Actually true.
But no, wait 1 minute. I would also think that you could also just very simply convince the chicken to tell the elephant really sad stories.
What?
Yeah.
Because the
Because
elephant never
chickens
forgets.
need convincing. Ah.
And then the elephant's going to be really sad, and over a period of time, it'll just like hang itself with its trunk.
Wow.
So now from
Wow.
your gun wielding chicken, it's a depression inducing chicken who
Wow.
goes and says sad stories to the elephant, who instead of just walking away with his
Oh,
family.
wait, I have it. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. I have it. I have it.
Oh my God.
I have it. Fuck y'all. I have it. Okay. So what happens is this chicken, there's an elephant, and the chicken is walking comes from behind the elephant. Okay. Okay. Now, but in the chicken's beak, okay, in the chicken's beak is an ant.
chicken.
Arsenic.
Is an ant. और वो ant को कान के पास छोड़ देता है.
कान के पास.
और फिर वो कान के अंदर जाके हाथी को मार देता है. Guys, come on, I have it.
So this is a हाथी चीटी dark joke. Okay, okay.
और चूते चिकन के मुंह में तूने चीटे डाले, चिकन दवेश नहीं कर रहा.
दवेश नहीं कर रहा.
Chickens love ants.
अरे but the chicken wants to kill the elephant, na? That's the whole premise of.
Why? You didn't explain that. We don't know what the stakes are.
Elephant
Why
ने
does the
उसके भाई
chicken
को
want to-
मारा था, उसके अंडे पे ट्रैम्पल किया था elephant ने.
No, I
Is there
just think
vendor
that this elephant.
बाजीगर है क्या? चिकन बाजीगर है.
No, I think this elephant every day comes to the pond that's next to the chicken pen and takes a shower. And when he does that, it wets the whole pen. So the chicken's really upset. So he's like, मैं एक
man.
दिन ये हाथी को मारेगा.
This
फिर वो
is,
बोलता है, ये चींटी इधर आ." चींटी को लेके जाता है.
this is the best podcast we've done in years.
It's just-
Very, very
I don't know
sorry,
why.
guys.
Why all metrics, like usually all these things, like what is this, and like elephant is the comparative factor. I don't
Yeah.
know why that
For-
happens.
for-
Because
for
I think the
weight.
largest land mammal.
No, they use whales also. But then
Whales
they
also.
measure
Again,
the
mammals.
whale with the
Yeah.
elephant. They're like the whale is
Yeah.
5 elephants.
How many elephants make a whale? Yeah. How many elephants? Yeah.
Fair. Okay. Next question.
Kautuk, I thought you had one, na?
हाँ, कौतुक एक पूछ.
Okay.
तब तक मैं अगर if you don't have, then I'll ask.
I also have one, but हाँ ठीक है, तुम लोग पूछो.
Okay. What is the weirdest trend you've ever participated in?
Fuck.
Hmm.
There's so many. बोल भी दिया. पहले-
Fido Dido Bermuda shorts.
Bermuda shorts.
Socks.
Oh, it doesn't have to be on social media.
Socks with
Floaters.
floaters.
Come on, done it. Socks
Um,
with floaters, Bermuda shorts. I've also
12
been
pocket pants. 12 like extreme,
cargo
18
pants.
pocket cargos. 18 pocket cargos.
I
like,
did.
यहाँ पे
Oh.
calves तक यहाँ भी एक pocket है.
No, so I want to add to that by mentioning full pants that became 3/4 that became shorts.
Oh no.
Those
no.
zip wale.
I only
Now-
had one
Dhire-dhire.
of those
Denim
pants and I
to
wore
the
it once.
Now I want to mention that we have said this exact same 4 things in the exact same format in our fashion episode. Literally same thing.
Hilarious.
Floaters, 6 pockets, and pants that became shorts.
Hilarious.
Same.
And fortunately, I was not there. So Bermuda.
But
Bermuda.
what do you think? You think we've not spoken about Bermudas?
Oh, okay. So we'll come up with something else also, na? They're done. Oh, there used to be an entire trend. Okay, y'all will remember this. You remember the time where I used to wear something on stage when I started stand up.
Shirt.
You used to wear a fedora.
I used to wear a fedora.
Oh yeah. Oh no, your photos were also there like that.
Oh, that's a classic. Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
good.
I used to do. I
That
did
is a weird trend. Oh, dude, I had that. Fuck, this is the weirdest thing I've done with my hair in my life. You remember there was this trend where people used to have like
spiky hair.
one. No, they used to have like a you know
Gajni.
the one thing
One
shaved.
buzz.
Yeah.
buzz.
Yeah, I've done that. Like
Oh,
a
you used to have
close
one
crop-
line.
I had a close crop
Side
thing
gajni.
with just one thing there.
Oh
I
my
did it once only because
No,
I
I
couldn't
used to have
pull it
that.
off.
I used to have that hairstyle where my hair
Arey,
was flat
spike
and
cut, mushroom
Spike.
cut.
not spike.
Mushroom
This-
cut.
everything was flat.
मेरा
and then
कुछ नहीं होता था.
this-
oh, that was called the Devanand.
Oh no! Oh,
That
no.
was not the Devanand. Devanand
Yeah,
had
he's
straight hair.
describing that only, no? The
flat.
ऐसे-
And then
ऐसे आके-
puff, the buffon.
हाँ, वो ऐसे आके जो वो मोटर बाइक वाला को होता है ना, ऐसे जाके जो ऐसे लाइक मोटर बाइक चलाओगे ऊपर से ऐसे
और
जंप कर सकते हो तुम.
Ramp.
You know, like you remember Osho chappals?
Oh yes.
Oh
Lived it.
yeah.
बस तुम लोग
Lived
ये
it.
कर रहे थे ना, मेरे को याद, क्योंकि ओशो के वो वाले भी आते थे, एक राउंड आते थे
एक
और
राउंड
एक
आते थे.
ऐसे ऐसे वाले,
हाँ,
ऐसे
नहीं,
लिटरली ब्रो, ओशो चप्पल.
ओशो चप्पल. Correct. Great
Also, the
question.
weirdest trend. I used to have. Do you remember Tamagotchis?
Tattoo?
Oh,
No,
Tazo?
it was like a little thing. It was like a digital pet that you had to.
Oh
You remember
yeah,
that?
I had one for like 3 minutes and then I got bored. कि ये क्या है? This is.
Yeah,
But
it was-
people get really involved in it.
Dude, I got really involved in Tazos.
Yeah,
I did
100%
too.
bro.
मैं at
बचपन
one
तो
point मैं
Tazos था.
lays खा रहा था for Tazo.
Yeah, I was selling them in the school and stuff. It was nuts. I would have become Walter
Shadows.
White of the Tazo world
Yeah.
eventually.
WWF cards, trading cards.
Yeah.
Okay.
बहुत सब.
Okay.
Okay, next.
If you discovered a beautiful island upon which you may build your own society and you can even make your own rules, okay, basically like a country of your own, right? What would be the first rule you would put into place? The first rule. Forget the rest, but the first rule.
Jawar puffs compulsory.
Wow, really? What?
Yeah, I would.
It's the cult
down
of
those
Kautuk.
Jawar puffs.
Good question.
Even I'm thinking, what would be the, if it would have to be the first rule, right? Like, it would have to be the first rule. So I'm just trying to think.
Guys, are you really going like murder is not allowed?
No.
No.
Like, no, right? Okay.
No.
No, I was going
but I'm
more
still
for
thinking of
weed is
something
legal, but
utility.
अरे Bangkok में weed is becoming legal apparently.
it has. It has.
हो गया?
Thailand, yeah,
Apparently
Thailand has
it-
become legal.
Apparently dispensaries where you
Thailand,
can get.
No, what fuck, man? I only asked the question. I only don't know the answer.
What would you do?
I think I would make freedom of speech absolute.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Absolute freedom of
Absolute,
speech.
full.
Absolute. Yeah, absolute.
कुछ भी
Like-
कहीं भी किसी को भी बोलो.
Like
Friends,
I said,
And the
Bola.
first thing, Baba
France
literally,
level. France level.
yeah, I'm saying like defamation and all can only be, you have to prove defamation. You can't just say defamation.
Baba, you know what the first thing they'll say, na? Overthrow Baba. That's the first thing that will come out
Yeah,
of
but
all their mouths.
like I said, freedom of speech. I didn't say it means anything.
And the second thing they'll say, Baba, is that Baba can never meet Audrey Hepburn. What the fuck?
Varun, what is your rule?
अरे मैं तो weed legal कर दिया bro.
Oh, तू legal कर दिया. Aadar?
Everybody gets a date with Audrey Hepburn. Everybody.
Oh, if you can bring her back to life, then yes, you can absolutely get a date with Audrey Hepburn.
हाँ, क्योंकि ऑड्री वहां पे ऐसी बैठी ना, ये देखो, थैंक यू फॉर ब्रिंगिंग मी बैक टू लाइफ, नाउ आई विल स्पेंड द रेस्ट ऑफ माय लाइफ ऑन डेट्स विद यू ऑल.
अरे बट शी इज बैक क्या?
हाँ, तो उसको और भी काम धंधा आएगा ना. वो बोली कि आई हैव अ लॉट ऑफ अनफिनिश्ड वर्क आई वांट टू डू. लाइक मेरिल स्ट्रीप ने इतना ऑस्कर लिया मेरे को.
Okay. This is probably going to be the last question. Actually, there are two, but this is probably going to be the last question. Because it's kind of like a personal question. So personal story निकले इसमें से. Personal.
Oh, must.
Okay.
Oh, God, huh?
Have you ever? You don't have to tell the gift out loud, okay? But I'm just saying, have you ever gotten a gift that you have repurposed and given somebody else?
Oh, so many.
Many or what?
What, every
Yeah.
Diwali?
Yeah.
You repurposed gifts.
Yeah.
What were kajus invented for?
That's
We
not- I'm saying like a
mistakenly
physical-
gave
not-
somebody else's gift back to them next Diwali.
Oh, I've never done that.
Oh no, I've never done that. Also, I mean, I don't think I've done ever repurposing a gift.
तो
and
कितने
giving
बार
it.
हुआ है bro? Like you get like marketing ये आता है ना, एक घर पे कितने बार केयर पैकेज भेज देते हैं पब्लिक, कितने बार उसके अंदर एक अलेक्सा है, अभी घर पे 10 अलेक्सा रख के करूँ क्या, तो किसी को दे दिया, वैसे बहुत किया है.
Oh.
Yeah. चांदी का कटोरी आता है. चांदी का कटोरी is the
Photo
most
frame.
repurposed.
Oh, I thought this was going to be a lot more like.
But like, sorry,
Bro, you're Indian.
I-
Indian public तो करता ही है.
I just hope
Diwali
that
around the corner.
I
I
don't
just-
think I've
नहीं
done
होगा
that,
वो.
dude.
I just hope I did a better job than some of the gifts that I have been regifted. because like it's been packed properly. Then you open it, then you'll see the box, and it very clearly looks like the box has been opened. In that like aisa sab dab gela hai, and they've like ripped it open, and they, like it's poorly packaged back inside, and then they've just sent it. Like I just hope that like it didn't come off as that obvious. But yeah, we've gifted a bunch of stuff.
Okay, what is your most hated mode of transportation, and why?
Hated mode, hate.
Yeah, like what do you hate and why?
ST bus.
ST bus is
ST
good.
bus.
Up
I
there.
have carried another person's child on my lap for 6.5 hours on an ST bus.
Oh,
And
no.
I am shocked that the woman was so trusting to put her child in a stranger's lap for 6.5 hours. Ye lo pakdo. And just put it on my lap.
No, so ST
मैं
bus for
पकड़ा
me
गया।
has for me ST
अरे
bus
बस बच्चे को फेंक थोड़ी दूंगा मैं ऐसा फुल पैक्ड और उसकी मम्मी
अबे,
खड़ी है
तो उठ जाना, उसको बैठने दे, बच्चे को गोद में लेके।
मैं 6.5 घंटा टिकट खरीद के मैं 6.5 घंटा खड़ा रहूं ये बिना टिकट के चढ़ा अपने बच्चे के साथ
Oh, fair. I would also, yeah. I'm not between standing up for 6 hours and having kid, I would take it.
yeah.
No, so also I think ST bus for me brings back like horrible memories, because when we went to boarding school in the bus, like the whole school came back and went to Bombay from Bombay or came back to Bombay, we took that ST bus. And at that point, this Bombay Pune and all that wasn't there. So we used to go via that Mahad and then via Mahabaleshwar and then to Panchgani and Old Highway. And dude, the amount of times that we have thrown up on that bus and the school lunch every
Because
single
it used
time.
to go like it used to be somehow balancing
Yeah,
for
it
two
would-
tires at times.
I really don't know how we've not died or fallen off, but horrible. And then this ghat used to just be like this. And also, every lunch, every trip was that very bad puri bhaji, where they would give you 6 puris and bhaji in the puri. So the
But puri
has
fresh hota
gotten
tha कि puri वैसा दबा हुआ, गंदा.
chapta. So the
Yeah.
puri has gotten soggy because it was thing, and oh my god, just
The ST bus experience is particularly painful because of how long it takes, and invariably it goes through some of the worst terrain.
yeah,
And
it
the
does.
bus like lost its suspension about 2 years after it started,
yeah,
and now it's 40 years after that. So
yeah. But it's also
But-
gotten much better now. Like
have you
apparently it's gotten much
started
better.
like have you seen a race between ST buses?
Oh, yeah.
When they get into a race, videos of them racing against each other is fucking scary to watch. And
Yeah.
I've seen that happen in front of me once on a highway.
Dude, in Himachal and the Jammu and Kashmir and all that, na, sometimes these guys with the bus, they're literally that off the 2 tires that are on the back, one tire is off the road. It's in the valley. So if you're
my
looking
God.
out of the bus, you're
Oh
looking
my
straight
God.
down.
Oh god, dude,
Oh.
I was
And
in
they
a
drive
bus.
at full speed, dude. Full speed, like confidence max.
Baba, I had gone to I'd gone to McLeodganj
Hmm.
via ST bus, okay, and along the way, so super ghats, super winding roads, super everything, right? Just the worst kind of conditions. Finally, after like 2-3 hours of near constant swerving, he finally stops for chai pani. Okay,
Hmm.
so I got off the bus to stretch my legs. Okay, I looked at it. The entire side of the bus, okay, every window streaked with vomit.
तुम लोग उसमें क्या हो क्या वो वाला ST बस में जिसमें ऊपर
And the thing
लेटने का
was
होता है
that people like had, it was just part of the experience. So people had
Yes.
thrown up and they were dubbing out, having
you
learned
been
no
in the-
lessons.
Have you been in the ST bus जहाँ पे ऊपर का वो स्लीपर बर्थ होता है एक ऊपर
Yeah, yeah.
sleeper
I
होता
don't
है, और
think
ऐसा window
that there's
बंद
an.
होता है.
Is there an
Yeah.
ST bus with the sleeper cell?
Yeah, so there's नीचे
Sleeper
chair,
cell.
it's really low ceiling. Sleeper cell.
Yeah. All the ST buses are all sleeper cells.
some form of sleeper cell. So
That's how they get
so
activated.
normal. उल्टी से
Look,
activate.
in fairness, it is a cell, but it's also
It is a cell because you can't sit up straight and you can't lie down also.
The
It's
plot
like
of
horrible. It's not high enough for you to sit straight and it's not long enough for you to lie straight even if you're doing diagonal. तो उसमें क्या होता है? There are 3 seats. They sell 3 tickets for that. क्योंकि एक आदमी ऐसा बैठा है टेढ़ा, दूसरा आदमी ऐसा उल्टे साइड से बैठा है टेढ़ा और तीसरा आदमी ऐसे बैठा है टेढ़ा. So it's this and then this. So that is the logic of that sleeper. Your legs can be straight to some degree. तो मैंने same 6.5 hour journey. This is Jaipur, Jodhpur, Jaisalmer. Okay, and I had to take that because the car used to be 5,000 रुपया होता था गाड़ी का. It's like you can't pay that money at that time. So I bought 3 of those tickets. So that entire cell area will be mine. So now I've got there. मैंने अपना बैग रखा. I'm now getting ready कि अभी सो जाएगा. Suddenly, and they always sell more tickets than the bus requires. So now this dude comes in and I have put my bag against that sliding door, वो जो sliding window type है कि कोई नहीं आ सकता यहाँ पे, मेरा है. After a while, I realized that the bus नीचे is getting super full, and this one dude sees that मेरा empty area, opens it and starts trying to come in. There's no verbal exchange between us. He's just assuming वो आके मेरे बगल में बैठ जाएगा and I'm going to allow this. मैं बोला क्या कर रहे हो सर? नहीं बैठ रहो. And he's still coming in. He's not deterred by 1 second also. खुद से जा रहा अंदर, बोल रहा नहीं कर सकता. And I started pushing a man out. And he's still trying to come in. It's like I'm trying to. He thought मैं बैग हटा रहा हूँ उसके लिए, so that he can slink past the bag and then sit next to me. And I'm pushing my bag against it. एंड में कंडक्टर से बात कर रहा है, लड़ाई कर रहा है. मैं बोल रहा है 3 टिकट खरीदा है. हाँ लेकिन जगह है ना वहां पे. हाँ लेकिन मैंने 3 टिकट खरीदा है. हाँ लेकिन जगह है ना वहां पे. 3 टिकट खरीदा ताकि तू नहीं घुस पाए अंदर. It's like if there is space, it has to be filled somehow.
This is season 8, episode 3 of Game of Thrones.
So Varun, what is your motto? You've been incredibly silent, so I'm assuming one horrible story is come.
नहीं bro, मेरा because ST buses बहुत पहले क्या, उसके बाद I have not done. But
This is all when we traveled only. I'm sure it's better now.
Recent में I did, we were going to Alibag and we took the
the Roro. Oh no,
Roro is much better because that's a big bloody ship, right, on which you can take the cars. But this is the speedboat. A speedboat, when you watch it in movies and all, वो bench Miami से ऐसे निकल रहा है, क्या मस्त लगता है. ठूप ऐसे जा रहे, they look very chill. सब bench हीरो लोग उसमें इधर चश्मा पहन के, they don't even flinch. नो तू कभी जा अलीबाग, इधर से वो स्पीडबोट लेके, और थाड़ ऐसा हो रहा है, वो गंदा bench सॉल्ट वाला पानी मुंह में जा रहा है. And you're trying really hard, but after a point, dude, you're just
salt water pani.
It's a thought, bro. So one trick I realized is you have to tighten your core when you are on these jet boats. What is it? What speed boats? Jet boats.
Yeah.
Speedboat. If you tighten your core and sit right, तेरा center of gravity proper हो जाता है और तू हिलता नहीं है उतना. But तू कितने टाइम करेगा? 1.5 घंटे का, 1 घंटे का जर्नी जैसे core tight 1 घंटा नहीं होता है ना. Bro, you will move and it's the worst. And when you get off, the first 5 minutes you can't. तेरा पूरा equilibrium हिल जाता है.
Land,
can't walk.
sea legs.
हाँ, sea legs. You're constantly like अभी छूते में तो हिल रहा है अभी. तो वो नहीं. Speedboat लेने का तो बड़ा वाला जिसमें वो.
That's why that whole Jack Sparrow thing is there, na, in Pirates of the Caribbean. That whole walk that he has is actually the way he would walk. Like he's stable on the boat. The moment he comes on dry land, he's always like this.
Hilarious, nice. Also, mode of transport that I hate, but only for like specific times, is Mumbai local rush hour.
अरे bro, बहुत कर लिया.
I mean that's obvious.
But
that to also my own car, me driving rush hour.
No, but I would take sitting in traffic for 2 hours to getting crushed by the force of
Nipta do, get it over with, come out on the other side.
How you can't? How can you?
My entire college life, even after that, when I would have to go to town a lot, so a lot of the friends are there or whatever, but on the way इधर से अगर मैंने देखा ट्रैफिक है, सीधा अंधेरी स्टेशन.
Bro, तू अभी बोल रहा है? मैं अभी literally last weekend or something, when I was doing a show at President, I had to do
बाबा तू संडे को गया है. I'll tell you what I am thinking of.
में शो करने corporate show जा रहा है. How can you go from the train and get off and go on stage
पहले तो corporate show नहीं था.
Oh, acha.
Dude, I'm thinking about. I'm just remembering the times when I used to do shows like proper like shows, and they used to be in at 8 p.m. in Andheri, right? I used to take the train from Lower Parel, and to get to 8 p.m. Andheri, I had to get the train at 6 p.m. And me and everyone in Lower Parel has decided to get onto that train, right? So मैं घुसा हूँ, right? And I have to go for a show, so I'm like wearing a shirt and jeans and stuff. Dude, by the time I've come,
Kautuk carrying an extra shirt.
yeah, man, carrying extra shirt, and yet I smell of the guy who was pressed up against me. It just like I don't know how you can have the like the mind space to perform and all that, right? Like if you did that every single like
My worst
salute
bullying
to
thing
people
was
who
in my worst bullying thing was in like Dadar fast, because Churchgate से Dadar fast खाली रहता है, so you can get a seat next to the window. तो तुम बैठ जाते हो,
right.
and I need to get off at Andheri. So the Dadar fast people are such assholes. They will not let you get off at Andheri.
No,
Yeah,
that
many
was-
times.
That
but
journey
that
from
though,
the
even
window
if you-
seat to the door is like hell. Because
Yeah.
they're like, तू अंधेरी साला यहाँ पे कैसा बैठा?
No,
Kaisa
that is
beta?
if your train, even for us, if the train was at that point going to, like if you took a Virar fast and you got in at Churchgate, at Andheri, God help you if you were not at the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it still happens, but used to.
It's the craziest experience that people still like, meaning it is beyond the safety hazard at this point. Like public is not even let going from the train, they're let going off the guy who let going from the train.
Dude, I'm
So-
telling you, it's not proud. I'm not proud of this at all. I was really late for class once. From Andheri to Parla, I have gotten onto
On the roof.
top.
on the window. I have held on to the window because that jali used to not be there. So we
Yikes.
held on to the window from Andheri to Parla. I'm not proud
Please
of
do
that.
not do this.
I saw a
Do not
video
do this.
recently of a dude, ऐसा कोई TikTok या कुछ बना रहा है, वो अपना बाल वाल कर रहा है, ऐसा चश्मा पहना उसने, and the music is going on, and the guy in the window is taking the video of him through the jali, and you see it, चल रहा है, अपना बाल वाल बना रहा है, खंबा आता है, he's gone in the fucking video, and this is on TikTok or some like I think reels or something.
Wow.
It came, and it's like, how is this like? There was no warning that this has some like no trigger warning. Just वो चल रहा है video.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Don't do
Like,
it.
dude,
It's not bravado. It's not anything. It's just stupidity completely.
Bro, it's nuts. Like the people who sit on top of the train, holy moly.
Yeah, I don't think they
So
sit too much
electricity
on top
is like-
anymore because वो
Yeah.
access ही बंद कर दिया है. So I don't think they do it anymore.
Yeah.
पहले access था क्यों?
Arey,
but-
nobody knew people were going to go up and sit.
Yeah. It's crazy, dude.
Hmm.
It's crazy.
Okay, all you people who don't live in Bombay, sorry, you might not understand some
Yeah,
of this. Any more questions? Let's keep it going.
it's
No.
a really dumb one. I've got a really dumb one. What's the most useless word?
Vivid.
Most
No,
useless word.
Most useless word.
Oh, irregardless.
Hmm.
Because I think it means the same as regardless.
I also think that I was coming in from that because flammable and inflammable mean the same thing.
Same. Yeah.
So I'm like, what?
Oh.
Like, I don't get it. Like, why is it there? So maybe we need to lose some of these words that all mean the same thing.
But that you're going into 1984 territory.
No, it's fucking words that mean the same thing. I'm not going into 1984. I'm not actually
Yeah,
burning
because,
something.
no, but like newspeak was basically just reducing the number of words to describe the same thing to just one word. Why are there multiple words? That's what the whole point of newspeak was.
Yeah, but like I just think in this case it's not like you're saying pyar, mohabbat, ishq. It's not there's emotions attached to each of those, na? Mohabbat is
So
different
you're
from
going on
ishq.
strict utility value. Like,
Yeah,
why is this-
flammable and inflammable literally more mean the same thing.
See, that's the
Literally.
other word. That's the other word I feel is useless, literally, because it's
Literally.
always used incorrectly.
wrong. Incorrect.
So,
Very
correct.
few, very little would be lost to literally. Also,
I think wasn't there an article that said that the Oxford Dictionary has now included the meaning of the way we use literally, which is not literally as literally. Like,
Oh God, that must be the Urban
Would be-
Dictionary, not the
would be-
Oxford Dictionary.
So you're trying to say people who keep saying literally have literally gotten
the word
Oxford
What they
literally.
Dictionary
wanted.
to change literally to literally.
Yeah, because
Literally,
there
this
is
is happening.
Yeah.
This is literally
It literally
fucking
has made
stupidest thing.
a literary leap.
yes, literally.
Yeah.
So yeah,
My thing is basically, I would eliminate basically every conversation. So basically, the
Yeah.
basic hatai do. There's no need for. We've ruined the word basically.
So the most useless word. Huh?
also like I don't know. No, you can't.
Okay, I'm gonna ask another question. We'll keep this going. If a biopic was to be made on your life, who would you want to play it? You can go all out. Nobody is judging your choices.
I am not going first because of what happened to me the last time I was mocked. So,
I would volunteer.
but one sec, for you, I'm telling you, Shah Rukh only you want or Hrithik?
No,
One of the
अरे
two.
let me.
Vicky Kaushal.
अरे मैं खुद की बायोपिक
Vicky
में
Kaushal.
अपने आप को
नहीं
cast करता
वरुण
हूँ,
तू
क्योंकि-
तेरी बायोपिक में भी तू एक्ट नहीं करेगा
नहीं।
तू ऑडिशन करेगा और फेल होगा
फिर रिजेक्ट होगा फिर विकी कौशल आएगा
है ना?
तू ऑडिशन
Parthiv
करेगा अपने
Patel.
बायोपिक के लिए और फिर कोई
Parthiv
और
Patel
खेलेगा
playing
So
Kautuk.
I am not good enough to play me when there's a biopic on me
Yes.
being made.
Yes.
Only way a biopic on you is being made is if you are known for something.
yes
Correct.
So I would either be known for maybe doing comedy.
no
or
you are known
acting.
for getting rejected in auditions so therefore keeping that in mind
There is a person who is playing you in the
Okay,
biopic.
Vicky Kaushal is going to play me.
Yeah, and you
Like-
would make a documentary starring you about the fact that you couldn't be part of your own documentary,
It's
your
full
own
meta.
biopic. Yeah,
oh my
that is
god
where you would be like, huh? वहाँ पे
And you
properly.
know how it would start? It would start off with, and you know, like how sometimes they do like
That I play the younger version of me and then
no,
Yeah.
you're not in this movie. You're not in this movie
कहीं
genuinely.
भी casting
मैं
नहीं होगा,
right से
हाँ.
नहीं दे रहा अपनी biopic का.
No, I'll tell you. What is that? What's the luck by chance? You know, like in luck by chance, how? So if the way the movie would start would be Varun auditioning for the movie, and it would be like,
Hmm.
"Hi, my name is Varun Thakur, and this is my movie. These are my profiles." And then director would say, "Cut," and then we would start with.
It's just a jump cut, to Vicky Kaushal.
no and Baba so at the end of the movie that
No, in fact, when he
wait
does, this is my profile. He turns this way. When he turns this side, it's Vicky Kaushal.
wait Baba the ending of the movie freeze frame on Vicky Kaushal's face credits start rolling and while the credits are there pictures of
Yeah.
Varun Thakur
अच्छा पिक्चर मेरा आ रहा है लेकिन.
बचपन का photo.
and like it freezes Varun Thakur
Varun Thakur
continued to
is-
not get auditions
Just a black screen with white text.
At the time of his biopic being released, Varun is still seen not getting the roles.
getting roles including this one full
This
stop
one.
Oh.
beautiful
Hmm.
beautiful
Who would play me in a biopic of my life? Hmm.
I know who
Yeah.
it is.
Kuldeep Yadav.
It's not
Kuldeep Yadav.
looks.
Hmm.
I'm doing different type of casting, bro. I'm making him act.
Yeah,
I'm thinking.
I'll tell you.
I'm thinking.
Robert Downey Jr.
no I'll tell you who it is wait
You're googling this person.
yeah because I forgot Amol Gupte
Amol Gupte.
100%
Good casting.
100%
Good casting.
100%
Must.
Uh,
मेरा
what did you type to search Amol Gupte?
Stanley का डब्बा
कमीने
Ah.
स्टैनली का डब्बा.
तो मेरा विकी कौशल, नेविल का अमोल गुप्ते, कौतुक तेरा पार्थिव पटेल और जिम सर फॉर आदर. And then
नहीं,
there'll be
नहीं.
a picture
I'll
of
be. Why will I do? I'll go fucking Sasha Baron Cohen ना. Why?
हाँ ये भी
No,
है
no. Jim sir.
नहीं. Sasha
Sasha.
Baron Cohen.
I would go for
जिम
Amir
सर
Khan.
हिंदी नहीं बोल सकता है उसका.
No. Hey, if you're getting a wish list of actors
No,
that you
why-
want, then
I would like Amir Khan to play me because I've always wanted to know what I look like.
it's going to be such a weird Kautuk.
Hmm?
It'll be hilarious
Yes,
when
yes,
Amir
yes.
Khan has to play Kautuk's version of Gajni in a sketch.
Yeah, you'll get that if you watch the Rajini sketch we did. The Kautuk played Amir Khan. Ooh, uncle.
It's a great sketch. It was like if Gajini was a waiter at a restaurant and he kept forgetting people's
even
orders.
Bollywood couples, dude, जिसमें
Oh yeah, maybe put a bodysuit on Kautuk.
photo लेके.
It's very expensive 600 rupee bodysuit.
Yeah.
No, also, I think, I mean, like, did you see in Super 30, like the guy Ritik played looks very different.
Yeah, that's why Ritik has done blackface.
Yeah.
But like even
But
then,
एक और नई picture आ रही है उसकी where he's again in that Super 30 वाला mode where he's doing that same accent.
Vikram Veda.
Yeah.
But उसमें पूरा
अरे
दाढ़ी
हमारे
है.
साथ ऐसे that very different. अरे
So,
I haven't even seen Super 30. I haven't seen it. But anyway, I'm just thinking like if I wanted someone, not Amol Gupte, to play. Like,
is
who
it
would-
Audrey Hepburn?
No,
Audrey
no.
Hepburn.
No, Audrey Hepburn would be my love interest.
Oh, please.
No.
I'm just saying like who
Ugh.
would
See, love, I can understand. Interest from her side, I can't guarantee.
uh, yeah, no, I'm just thinking like I don't know, like would it be like Mark Rylance would play me.
Anthony
Oh my
Hopkins.
God.
There was a point where you thought Anthony Hopkins. तेरे मुंह से ये दो words
Oh
निकले.
बाबा
Mark
तू
Rylance.
अभी कंधे पे लिया तो कान में मूत्र ही नहीं है. तो अभी पूरा चड्डी निकाल के तू
निकाल के
हड्डी कर दिया है.
Also,
Mark
Anthony
Rylance. Mark Rylance.
Screwdriver लेके कान का पर्दा फोड़ दिया तूने बाबा.
But why? What the fuck? We're all dreaming, na?
1 second, Baba. How is 85-year-old Anthony Hopkins?
But I'm saying if he's doing, I was first going to say Anthony Quinn, you know. Then I was like, fuck it.
Marlon Brando बोल देता है यार बाप.
नहीं.
Marlon Brando.
No.
अपने मुंह में ऐसे मुंह में cotton डाल के करेगा.
Brando would play a better me than me. So no.
You know
But वो
the
lines
thing
याद नहीं करेगा.
about
Lines. Dude, but Marlon Brando was Akshay Kumar before Akshay Kumar. वो सब लोग he used to have lines everywhere on set.
I would like to see that. I would like to see
Yeah.
Akshay play Varun Thakur. That would be
Oh,
something.
play me. अच्छा.
Yes.
तो अपनी casting
No,
है.
I
no,
would like
no.
to watch Akshay
No.
Kumar play Marlon Brando. That's what I wanted.
Marlon.
You come to
I'll make you offer.
you got what offer? कितना offer दे?
Guys, I just want to see Bhai play me because I want to see Bhai read a book. Just want to open.
Bhai, if you ask Bhai what is the most useless word, सारे words useless.
You do whatever you want, man. Okay, it's a very random question. Okay.
Hmm.
Do you ever talk to yourself in the mirror?
All the fucking time.
Yeah.
All
Right?
the time. It's
All the
shockingly. It's shocking how many times I speak to myself as myself. मैं गाली वाली भी दिया है खुद.
What do you say? Why do you
गाली
talk?
वाली
क्या
दिया है.
कर रहा है तू लाइफ में?
हाँ, कभी अगर हक दिया है मैंने कुछ तो जाके I've actually looked into the mirror and I've said chutiye and shit like that. I actually have. Then I realized how stupid I look saying chutiya to myself in the mirror, but I have.
No, but a lot of people think that it is a good thing. Like I can't do it because I just don't look into a mirror.
No, but I do it. There are times when in fact I was talking to myself and somebody else I've forgotten somebody else is in the room and they're like किससे बात कर रहा है? मैं बोला खुद से.
Oh.
वो भी हुआ.
We saw, I think Thakur and I once saw Rakhi Sawant talking to herself at the gym. She's just talking to herself and working out.
नहीं,
Maybe she was on the phone.
Yeah.
No. This was before AirPods, man. This is like via Dikta. Oh, it wasn't.
like how Aadar ने मेरे को ले लिया story Thakur and I saw. Now
No,
it's
it
both
wasn't
of
you.
us.
No, I remember it was a friend of mine. No, it was a friend of mine. It was a friend of mine, Kabir. It was a friend of mine. We were working out. I remember it was a friend. And both of us laughed really hard. So it was like either it was Varun.
Kabir ko phone pe
You know, like
Both of us were standing there like, इतना motivation काश हम लोग को खुद से होता. She was genuinely motivating herself.
nice.
खुद का Gary B.
Yeah, I think similar. Like I think like especially dude, like I've done that a lot where like you're at a party or whatever or you're at a thing and you drink a lot and then you have to pee. So you go to the thing and then you're like, oh my God, I gotta just
But
talking to
but you're not
I need to-
verbalizing it, right? Like you're just
No, of
telling
course.
yourself.
I'm like, bro, ज़्यादा हो गया.
Oh.
And then you go-
No, I have spoken
नहीं,
myself.
but you're
I
talking
don't
to
think
somebody
look-
else who's at the urinal with you.
No, he's talking to
I'm
himself.
वो तो
talking-
अपने आप को बात कर रहा है.
Yeah.
No,
In
I
the
think-
reflection.
I don't think I've looked at myself in the mirror and spoken because I can't look. So I just don't look only. But I have spoken to myself, I think, several times.
Yeah, like I think like even like for example, like a quick not a pep talk, like, but just like a very like, okay, you can do this, and then you head out of the washroom. I've done that a bunch of times. Also, like I think, like, you know, when you face yourself in the mirror, you know, like I think it's also like there are those. I mean, when I'm saying you face yourself in the mirror, I mean that it's not like you're combing your hair or something. It's like when you really look at yourself in the mirror, it's either when things have gone really good or really bad, and when it's
Yeah,
gone
of
really
course.
bad, then you're like,
Hmm.
you know, you have that moment of clarity, and you're like,
For me, more often than
Order.
not, it's happened when I knew it was going to be wrong, still ended up doing it, and hence the stupidity of you knew it but still you fucked up, and the only person who can tell you that is you yourself. So actually, physically looking into the mirror and telling yourself that while looking has, in a weird way, helped. I
yeah,
will say that. I will say that it doesn't
and
change you completely, but वो थोड़ा I don't know, you sometimes just need to get it out to yourself. So I have done that. I have verbalized it.
you know, this is a nice way to bring back that earlier question. Would you hang out with your clone?
Hmm.
Yes. And they would tell me, Chuti, Daru Kampi.
Ah. Yeah. So yeah. So on that note, that's it. That's the end of this episode of the Internet Set. So
Kautuk,
Yes.
where are you on the 17th and 18th of September?
Oh, I'm actually not in Mumbai. I'm in
Oh.
Hyderabad and Chennai. Are you there as well?
Oh, yes, I am. Would you like
Oh.
to do a show together?
How crazy is that? Is that
Tickets
तुम
in
लोगों
the
ने लिखा था
description.
क्या?
Tickets in the description, and we'll pin the comment or whatever.
we've asked a bunch of questions, so we would love to know what you guys have to say for those questions. So let us know your answers in the comments, and we'll read and have a good time reading. So thank you so much for watching. See you guys again next week. Bye bye. Take care. Good night. Chapa khair. Salam ishq.
any other questions?
Questions काफी है interesting.
Question
fuck.
ये है कि लोगों को ये पसंद आएगा कि नहीं?
Shit,
Would you
yeah,
rather
actually.
walk around with a salad for a head or broccoli for arms?
आदर तो सच्ची का सवाल पूछ लिया है यार.